From Amateur Radio Newsline Report number 1955, these are the Ham Nation headlines for Wednesday, March 11th, 2015. Ham Radio was the hero after a road crash rescue Saturday morning, February 21st, on an Arkansas highway just south of the Missouri line.
Jim Long, N5CXP, lives in Baxter County, Arkansas. He had set out for the town of Mountain Home to get the truck he drives on weekends for Magnus Oil. But the roads were treacherously slick with ice, so he stopped on a hilltop where he had a cell phone signal and called the dispatcher to say he wasn't going to make it in. The dispatcher agreed, so Long turned around and was headed back home. That's when he came upon a car on its side at the bottom of the hill up against the guardrail. The driver, Ashley Miller, was also on her way to work when she hit a patch of black ice and felt the car spin out of control. She told the local newspaper that she had blood coming out of her head but heard someone coming, so she honked her car horn. Long heard the honking horn and a woman crying inside. N5CXP tried to open the door, but it was jammed. Then he had Miller try the car's moonroof that opened enough so that he could pry it the rest of the way. Miller said that he came through the roof, cut her seatbelt off, then he helped pull her out and took Miller to his truck where he wrapped her in a blanket to keep her warm. The crash happened at a low point on the highway near the bottom of a creek where there wasn't any cellular service. So N5CXP used his 2-meter transceiver to contact N9JSM via the Mountain Home repeater, who called the local 911 emergency response number and reported the accident. Soon a first responder from the Clark Ridge Fire Department arrived, followed by a Baxter County Sheriff's deputy and an ambulance. Miller was taken to Baxter Regional Medical Center in Mountain Home, where she was treated and then released. For the Amateur Radio Newsline, I'm Bill Pasternak, WA6ITF in Los Angeles.
Another example of ham radio coming through when all other lines of communications fail. You may recall a few weeks ago in Ham Nation episode number 182, we featured the American Legion Amateur Radio Club. Ralph Squilacci, KK6ITB, tells us of more press for K9TAL.
This March edition of the American Legion magazine has a 2.5-page article on ham radio and another 1-page article entitled The American Legion and Ham Radio. The American Legion Amateur Radio Club is open to wartime military veterans who are both members of the Legion family and FCC-licensed amateur radio operators. More information and links to the article are at www.legion.org/ham radio.
Membership is open to both American Legion members and Sons of the American Legion who are also licensed ham radio operators. If you've ever wanted to participate in the World Radio Team Sport Championships but just can't make the trip, you can now experience it vicariously through the magic of video.
James Brooks, 9V1YC, has made available a video about the Amateur Radio World Radio Sport Team Championship 2014. The World Radio Sport Team Championship, better known as WRTC, is a competition between two-person teams of amateur radio operators testing their skills to make contacts with other radio amateurs around the world over a 24-hour period. Unlike most on-the-air competitions, all stations are required to use identical antennas from the same geographic region, eliminating all variables except operating ability.
You'll find the link to this stunning hour-long HD video in the full edition of this week's Amateur Radio Newsline Report. And if you're planning on attending the International DX Convention but have not registered yet, advance registration ends April 4th.
This year's program includes DX University and Contest Academy sessions, ARRL, DX and Contest forums, and a long list of DX and technical presentations, as well as an entire exhibition hall of displays and vendors. Jean Socrates, KC2IOV, will keynote the Saturday banquet. Socrates holds the Guinness World Record as the oldest woman to sail solo and nonstop around the world. The Sunday DX Convention breakfast speaker will be Bob Alphen, K4UEE, who will talk on the recent K1N DXpedition to Navassa Island. Alphen also is scheduled to speak at the Friday Top Band Dinner about the team's 160-meter experiences. This year's 66th Annual International DX Convention is being sponsored by the Northern California DX Club. It will take place April 16th to the 19th at the Visalia Convention Center in Visalia, California. For the Amateur Radio Newsline, I'm Jerry Goodrich, KF5KRN in Topeka, Kansas.
More information is available on the convention website. That's www.dxconvention.com. And that's all from the Amateur Radio Newsline, your independent source for amateur radio news for over 37 years and counting at www.arnewsline.org. For Bill Pasternak, WA6ITF, Ralph Squilacci, KK6ITB, and Jerry Goodrich, KF5KRN, I'm Don Wilbanks, AE5DW73. We'll see you next time here on Ham Nation.